And okay, let me finish. Okay, I have been in many parts of the world, and this is my third time in the African continent. Before I was ambassador to Libya, I was a minister to South Africa. So this is my third posting in the African continent. But also I served the Middle East, Asia, North America, and Europe. I think I have quite a good experience in terms of regions, in terms of economic development, in terms of political governance. And then I have high respect for Nigerian democracy. After the transition to democracy in 1999, Nigeria became the biggest democracy in Africa, together with the biggest economy, the most populous country. I'm happy to be here as part of this giant country. Let me introduce my deputy. He is also a career diplomat. He served Washington, D.C. previously, and then he is now in charge of political affairs in my embassy. The political affairs means that he is taking care of our bilateral relations, government to government. This year, we have achieved significant progress in our bilateral relations, and on the latest stage, let me report to you about what our relations is. Thank you.
Thank you. Your Excellency, let me, on behalf of all my colleagues in the Senate, welcome you to the Senate for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You are most welcome, and I'm happy to hear that you have traveled very widely across the country. The last time I saw your reports were when you were in Akwa Ibom. And Nigeria, like you know, is a very diverse country, and it's good that you visit every part of it so that you see our potentialities and how we can work together with South Korea to make Nigeria better and grow stronger. Since 1980, when we established your diplomatic mission here in Nigeria, the relationship has been growing all the way. And in 1987, of course, we established ours in the South Korea capital. The relationship between Nigeria and South Korea can only be better. The growing trade relationship, I must say, is commendable, but we need to improve on it so that we benefit from your technological advancement in our agriculture sector. Particularly, we need to introduce a lot of technology so that we increase and enhance our agricultural performance in many areas, including, of course, the mechanization of our systems here for better and improved outputs. In the area of commerce and other businesses, we have a lot to benefit from you, just like you also have a lot to benefit from us. I believe that what we want and need more from South Korea is the technology that we have been able to develop. So we need an adaptation of some of these technologies, and we need so much investments from the Korean business community here in Nigeria. Nigeria has a very big population, and we believe that we can provide a good market instead of always importing things from other countries, which is inimical to our balance of trade. We believe that countries like Korea, South Korea particularly, should be able to locate very appropriate places within our country and maybe bring some of this technology to be adapted in our country. The relationship between the two countries has been so good. I had a personal relationship with the last ambassador who left in December, January. And I believe that we can take our relationship as parliament, between the parliament here, especially the Senate and the South Korean parliament, because whatever we do, we need to make it more sustainable and enduring. And when we develop the relationship that we always hope we should be able to develop, we also need to see areas of agreements where the countries will have mutual benefits, and that's where the parliament could be of immense help, because the parliament can enact laws that will support the kind of agreements that we can reach between the two countries. So on the whole, I'm very pleased to receive you today, and we are looking forward to receiving you more, and of course hoping that our two countries will continue to benefit mutually in this relationship. Once again, you are welcome to the Senate. Thank you.
What we have achieved this year between Korea and Nigeria. In the political area, actually we suffered from COVID-19. Because of that, people-to-people contact has been very much limited during last year and this year. But finally, during the second half of this year, we made a breakthrough. First, our first Vice Foreign Minister visited here, and the secondary Nigerian delegation headed by Minister of State of Foreign Affairs visited Korea in October, together with 30 delegation. Among them, the chairman of BUA Group also visited Korea, and at the same time, the president of Ladol, is a Nigerian company. Ladol chairman also visited there. And then at the meeting, Samsung and Ladol had face-to-face direct meetings, because they have a current legal dispute with regard to shipyard near Apapa, Lagos. So it's good progress for them to have face-to-face direct meetings, and then they agreed on many principal issues. So now I'm reported that we can make progress. Maybe by the end of this year, the shipyard will be fully operated. In that case, the shipyard can employ more than 2,000 Nigerian engineers, and then of course they'll pay tax, all fees, so it will help Nigerian economy as well as Samsung and Lado. It's quite a good progress. And I'm also told that the BUA chairman also met several Korean companies to have concrete business partnerships. I want to see that kind of discussion result in concretely in Nigeria, as your Excellency mentioned that Korean companies need to come here more, invest here more, make factories more here in Nigeria. And then with regard to parliamentary committee, Korean National Assembly established Nigeria-Korea Parliamentary Friendship Association this year. And then about 10 or 15 days ago, we also received a letter, not your office, but from the office of House of Representatives. They established Nigeria-Korea Friendship Association. At the same time, we received a cable from Seoul, from our National Assembly. What kind of parliamentary cooperations between Korea and Nigeria need to do next year? So I would like to listen your views. How to promote parliamentary cooperation between our two. And then at the same time, in the area of defense cooperation, we are now discussing to have MOUs. One is defense cooperation, another one is defense industry cooperation. And then in December, we received that Nigerian Minister of Defense will visit Korea. So it is a good time for our two countries to discuss further on the defense cooperation. And then we are going to transfer a patrol ship in order to combat piracy in the Gulf of Guinea. So that matter will be speeded up as well. And then with regard to our economic relations, our trade will increase about 20% this year in spite of COVID-19. I thank Korean and Nigerian companies in the increase. And then currently Nigeria is Korea's third largest trading partner among African countries. But my ambition, and naturally Nigeria is the biggest economy in Africa, so Nigeria should be our #1 trading partner. So that's my aim during my stay here. And then with regard to development cooperation, we had 2 signing ceremonies with the Nigerian government. One is the Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy for e-government. So the project is more than $10 million US. Another project is for education, primary and secondary education. So the budget is more than $10 million as well to help 6 schools in 6 states. So we selected 1 school from each zone. So next year we'll provide all digital equipment to the school, and then at the same time we'll provide training for teachers. At the same time we'll invite Nigerian teachers to Korea to have ICT, especially ITC focused education. That's what we have. And then lastly, with regard to cultural cooperation, people-to-people cooperation, we have a Korean Cultural Center in Nigeria, in Abuja, and then we have signed several MOUs to further enhance our cultural cooperation, including National Council for Art and Culture, University of Abuja, and the National Gallery. So we intend to have more cultural cooperation next year, because this is the basis. Through exchange of people, by meeting each other, we can further enhance our bilateral relations. And lastly, consular affairs. We have around 400 Korean people in Nigeria. So it's not a huge number. Maybe thanks to COVID-19, the number has decreased a little bit. But next year we'll have more people, thanks to an LNG project, LNG Train 7, which was commissioned President Buhari some months ago, and on Bonny Island. So we'll have some more Korean engineers. So we expect that next year we'll have more Korean nationals. And then in Korea we have around 2,500 Nigerians. So to help our diaspora people, respectively, we help our Korean nationals here in Nigeria. Nigerian government help Nigerians living in Korea. So in that way, we need to further enhance cooperation. So currently, we have a very good working relationship with the Nigerian embassy in Korea. So whenever we have a visa, passport, etc. issues, we communicate instantly. So we sort out how to make a speedy process for ordinary people. So in that area, I assure you, Excellency, we will provide best possible service to our respective nationals. At the same time, want to make sure that they live safely and peacefully. And then regarding with my aim during my stay here is that I want to see peaceful election in 2023. So we'll have a presidential election in 2023, and then everything should be orderly, transparent, without any bloodletting. So we are outsider, we are just witnessing, but at the same time, it's my wish to see the election process will be held according to law without any negative effect. Because myself, as a country, we made a transition from authoritarian government to democracy. We also saw some blood among our people in the time before. So that I want to see. Thank you, Excellency.
Well, let me also make some remarks. We have a huge market here for South Korean products as well. Some products are everywhere in Nigeria and being patronized. like I said at the beginning, we would like to see such companies establishing factories across Nigeria so that we're able to get Nigerians employed to work in those companies. And of course, the issue of election that you've said for 2023 is of immense importance to us in Nigeria, and especially in the parliament here in the National Assembly. We are at the moment working on the review of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, but we have concluded on the Electoral Act 2010 Amendment Bill is before the executive arm of government. And what we have tried to do is to provide proposed laws that will govern our political processes and elections particularly, so that we're able to achieve very transparent elections and produce leaders that will perform and be accountable to the people. For the Constitution review, we are very mindful of the requests of many Nigerian groups and stakeholders on so many diverse issues of governance and of course even of the judiciary. And what we try to do is to ensure that we capture those kind of issues so that governance in Nigeria, the unity of the country are guaranteed. So we know that the international community is very interested in a stable Nigeria, in a Nigeria where the 2023 elections will be very transparent and will attain the integrity that the international community expects. From 1999, when the Fourth Republic started, our election processes have been improved over time, and in the last 22 years, we can say that we have made tremendous progress in the area of conducting elections. We have introduced some elements of technology, and we hope that we'll continue to do so that our election processes are better and improved. And of course, the election monitoring body, the INEC, should be able to deploy the necessary technology at such a phase that eventually our election processes will be always giving out the kind of results that Nigerians will be satisfied and happy with, and of course the international community will commend such processes. Thank you very much once again for coming, and I want to assure you once again on behalf of members of the National Assembly and particularly the Senate that we are very much available and ready to ensure that the two countries, South Korea and Nigeria, benefit in a very mutual way the kind of relationship that we have started since 1980. Thank you very much.